what time it is? All last month we celebrated Black History Month. Well, this month is Women's History Month. And so because of that, we're going to celebrate this with a little bit of a transformation from what we did last month. From trailblazers who fought for respect, to main eventers who shattered glass ceilings, to global icons who carried entire divisions, women's wrestling isn't an afterthought anymore. It's the standard. So in honor of National Women's History Month, we've got 10 names, legends, game changers, era definers, and we're running in Gauntlet style like we do every single time on this episode. One versus the next one versus the next one until we get a winner, surviving, keeping fighting, all so we can answer the only question that matters. Who better?
I really was trying not to laugh at this.
We do have a couple of fresh faces in the chat, so I want to go ahead and do a quick explanation. So Who Better is a 10-person scramble, for lack of a better term. I'm going to give Tori 2 names. She's going to decide who is the better of those 2 names, and we go down until we have a final winner. So your first 2, one of TNA Impact's founding stars, a consistently elite bell-to-bell wrestler, not so much personality, Gail Kim, versus modern dominance with crossover perseverance and main event aura, Rhea Ripley.
Rhea.
Okay, Rhea Ripley versus an international icon whose presence demanded attention, Bull Nakano.
First of all, that match would have been a banger.
What's a women's version of Big Meaty Men slapping meat? Because that would have been it.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. We need to ask Big. You know what? I'm gonna ask Big E on Twitter.
Yeah, ask Big E that, or ask Big E to ask his fiance, because maybe she'd be the better one to answer that. But
I'm gonna stick with Rhea.
Okay, so Rhea versus a big match performer who elevates every stage she steps on, Mercedes Moné.
I gotta go with my CEO.
You do the dance? Mercedes Moné versus a division-changing powerhouse in both TNA and early AEW, Awesome Kong.
It's a big Awesome Kong fan. Gotta stick with Mercedes.
Okay. Mercedes Moné versus the woman who helped redefine what women's wrestling could be in WWE, Trish Stratus.
Trish and Mercedes? Again, banger match. I have to go with Trish.
Okay. Trish versus the tough, credible, and respected everywhere she competed and has recently been hired as a new trainer down in the PC, Jazz.
I gotta stick with Trish. I love Jazz. Love her. I'm excited for the wrestlers in the PC. Jazz is going to be such a huge help for them.
All right. So Trish versus a woman who forced her way into the main event and changed the business. And you know it's right because cage side seats are saying it, and Saskatchewan's Times is saying it too. Becky Lynch.
It's not bad. I'm going to go with Becky.
Okay. Becky Lynch versus an AEW cornerstone who carried the division early in its identity, Britt Baker.
It's got to be Britt Baker.
Okay.
Love Britt. What she did for that division when she came in and carried them on her back, I'm hoping she comes back soon because I'm a huge Britt Baker fan.
I'm hoping she either comes back soon or they let her go.
Yeah.
One of the two.
Whatever she wants to do.
That too. I just want to be clear. Like, if she wants to stay, I want her to stay. But they're obviously not doing anything with her at the moment, aside from just running out that contract. So either let her go or put her on TV. One of the two. All right. So the last matchup then, first of all, that match would have been amazing. I'd love to see Becky Lynch and Britt Baker. This one, though, I think I'd want to see even more. Britt Baker versus a championship resume and a big fight feel every time, whether you like it or not, Charlotte Flair. The women are difficult.
As someone who has hated on Charlotte a lot, I'm going to say Charlotte. Since she came back, she has shown a completely different character. She's been funny. She's been entertaining. I'm very big on Charlotte. I am just real big on her right now.
Well, Charlotte's one of those, and I've said it every time she's came up in conversation on the show, and every time she's come in conversation just in me talking to people about her. She's one of those where everybody hates her, but you can't deny that she's there for a reason. She is in the main event all the time for a reason.
And that was one of my biggest beefs. One of my biggest complaints was where she was. She didn't pick that.
Yeah.
She didn't put herself there. I mean, she did with her talent and ability, She's not the one back there going, I'm going to take this spot.
Yeah.
Who did you have here? Let me take them and put them over here. And
Except
I'm
for
going to go there.
Except for that one time they had the belt exchange between her and Becky.
That was
Except
a thing.
for that.
That was a thing. But that was on both of them. There was a lot of heat there at the time between the two of them. But Charlotte is hella talented. You can't argue with it.
Well, that's our Women's History Month Who Betta. 10 names, 10 eras, decades of impact. No rankings, no bias, just the gauntlet. So if you are watching this on VOD, make sure you drop that in the comments of who you think is who better. I love that.
Here's the cover. Can he do it? Kick out at 2.
We're calling out hate in the squared off